Alright, so let's start planning the flight. Today's flight is Westjet 525 from Montreal to Toronto on the VATSIM network using P3D. So this is how I start every single flight. Although I usually go to FlightAware to get a flight number and pick a flight and airline type. I pick the route, then I pick what airline I'm going to fly, what aircraft I'm going to fly, and pick the flights, the real world flights that actually match. Although it's kind of hard to do that right now because a lot of flights are being canceled. Or you know why, the demonetization virus. So 595, we're leaving CYUL and arriving CYYZ. That's CYYZ. Airframe is a Boeing 737-700. If you caught last night's stream, you would have seen the 737-900, which is effectively the same airplane except it's just longer. Here's the route map plan. Okay. Generate the the official flight package. Okay, so we're cruising at flight level 380 with 12,545 pounds of fuel. We have no SID, just a star. Okay. Let's get down to it. Start with the pre-file. So I send this. Okay, everything looks good. File. So now VATSIM has my flight plan loaded. So now I'm gonna quickly open up VATSPY, which tells me that, okay, Toronto Center is online, along with a lot of ground facilities at Toronto Pearson, which is good. And Montreal, as it usually is pretty barren. No center, no control, so we're pretty much good for no controllers for the first, I'd say, about first hour of the stream. And then once we start getting into Toronto, that's when things are really going to start getting interesting. Descent happens right about here where Air Canada 465 is, so that should be an interesting flight. Okay, so don't need that anymore. You can close that. And let's move on to actually starting up the sim. Active Sky is open. Just make sure it's in the right mode. Where's my sim brief downloader? Here it is. So we're going to download the flight plan. So we download the basic FSX one, so P3D one for Active Sky. Download the PMDG plan and the wind uplink. And now we can actually fire up a sim. Okay, reset system time, UTC. I'm just going to double check UTC time. Make sure that lines up. It needs to be 1 hour back. Active Sky weather theme. Change the airport to CYUL. Active runway, we don't want that. We want, we're going to go with gate 30. I usually add a couple of minutes because it gives me a bit of time in case I need to change some things in the sim. Scroll down, scroll. PMDG 737 NGXU Westjet. Okay. Subtract a minute, and here we go. And I'm going to change the stream mode to game capture instead of display capture. That might go dark for a second. It should come up if this was run as an administrator properly. And it's not. So we're going to switch to regular display capture, so you're just going to see my taskbar down here, and that's all. That's the only difference. As I completely knock over my microphone. Okay, I'm going to start up my Xbox controller, which I use to move the camera around. And we are going to change the state of the aircraft and set it to cold and dark, so it would be as if we were just approaching the aircraft for the first time today, and it's just complete shutdown. So you have to start the aircraft from the ground up. So if you ever wanted to know how to start a 737, here's how you do it. So, first things first, we move to the upper panel. Start with battery switch on. Emergency lights armed. Ground power is available, so we'll turn that on. Don't need any fuel pumps yet. That's good. Packs, we'll leave them on auto. Pitot heat, we turn that on later. So the aircraft is generally pretty well set up for now, but we gotta align the IRS, which is the inertial reference system. It's effectively the it tells the computer which way is up and where the airplane is. Without it, we don't have any of our navigation or instrumentation. And except for engine instrumentation, we have that. Okay, set those to nav. And okay, these screens should come up at some point. Screens should come up. As NISIM freezes up and completely crashes. Hooray. Let's try that again. It happens occasionally, and it's kind of unfortunate. So because of that, I am not going to click on any of my screens, and I am going to start the aircraft in the NGX short turnaround state, which is pretty much as if the aircraft had just arrived at the gate and just changed cruise. So CYUL, let's try this again. Gate 30. Sky weather theme. Once this happens quite a few times, generally you get pretty good at getting this done quickly. Okay. There, boom, boom, boom. Add a minute and go. Just stand on the brakes to make sure that the aircraft doesn't move. Okay, so PMTQ setup, state load, NGXU short instead of cold and dark. So now our first action instantly becomes alignment. You can hear the APU spooling because we're on the APU and not on GPU. Okay. Set those to nav. Alright, so now we're going to log on to vPilot, which connects us to VATSIM. Connect as Westjet A525, NIB 737. Transponder off for now. Set it to standby mode. Okay. You can see there's a couple of aircraft here. Although it's just one aircraft here right now. It's Air Canada Rouge A321. There's also an A320 over there. That just appeared. Okay, so flight plan request. Into generic. CYUL, CYYZ. Only 277 nautical miles. It's not a very long flight. Overall flight time should take between 40 minutes to an hour. Load. This all definitely seems complicated, but once you get used to it, it's actually quite bearable. Activate, execute. Performance in it. Well, first, before we get to that, we have to go and get the amount of fuel in. So the sound is going to cut out as I switch tasks because it's just what it does. 12,000. So I'm going to set it to 13,500. I like to have a 1,000-pound buffer. 13,500. Alright, this is reading kilograms. Oh. The 737 never reads kilograms. Okay, because I do the conversion. So pound to kilogram. So it becomes 6,123 kilograms. 6,123. There. Payload. So let's see here. There. That's a good load. Okay, I'm gonna pull up Active Sky. We're here at CYUL. The active runways are the 24s. So we're taking off 24 right or left. I have to look at the airport map to find out where I am because I don't really fly out of here very often. 260 at 13 knots, so we got a pretty nice headwind. I'll walk you through the electronic flight bag, which is off to my left. There it is. So for departure 24 left is the runway we're going to use. I'm going to open up the airport map. And 24 left is this runway right here. So we got to go pretty much push back, turn left, and then, while pushing back, turn left, and then go all the way down. And okay, yeah, that works. That is, yeah. Okay. A little tired. Let's get down to it. I'm gonna make sure that I have the right radio tuned for Unicom 122.8. There. So 122.8. Now, what do you mean it's too small for this aircraft? BS. Okay. Customize airport positions. Off by 5 meters. Okay, whatever. Change it. Okay. Request boarding. And as it turns out, at this particular gate, there is no jetway. Interesting. Okay, open up the doors. I'm a little unfamiliar with how the gate systems and all that work here at Montreal, so I'm honestly not sure if this is a commuter aircraft gate, and this is most certainly not a commuter airplane. So that's a little bit of a problem, but it shouldn't be an issue once we get going and get out of here. And I have to point out that everything you're seeing here is not default P3D at all. The airport is from Fly Tampa, The Boeing 737-700 you see here is from PMDG. It's their NGXU model, and it is very nice. The ground surfacing equipment comes from FS Dream Team's GSX and GSX Level 2, which stands for Ground Services X. And it all looks very, very nice. And the weather textures are from Active Sky Cloud Art, and Active Sky Next P3D V4 is the software that is running the weather. Right. So let's complete the performance initialization, or perf init. Let's get the init ref text to here so we can request that. Flight level 380 is our cruise. Huh. It only wants to go to 369, huh? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to change. We're going to fetch the flight plan, and we're going to change this to 36,000 and refile. Center of gravity input, we'll be using flaps 5 for takeoff. Input our V speeds. Okay, let's move on to the lights panel. So, logo light on. Using the strobe light should be steady for now. We're not moving yet, so we don't need the anti-collision light. And the wing inspection lights will be turned on when we start our departure. Okay. Alright, so now we have to wait for boarding to complete. out of 97 passengers are reported, so we're about halfway. And once that's done, we can close up the doors, chocks off, and we can get going. Gotta be honest though, some of those people look kind of underdressed. I know I know it's spring and all, but there's still snow on the ground out here. And what does Active Sky say about the temp? Yeah, it's 8 degrees. In the meantime, I'm gonna go and look at my chart clip.
Hello. Thank you.
More information, noise abatement, and noise abatement continued. We're gonna look at that. Reduce friendly operations. Should need de-ice. But if GSX prompts me to, I will de-ice, but not at the de-icing facility. We'll do it right here to save a bit of time on taxi. Absence of apron control. I'm gonna want to read that and that. Okay, so we'll start with noise abatement. I'm going to move the camera so I can read this chart. Sounds like boarding just finished. Buff idle powers local time for any purposes. Prohibited. Exemptions. Okay, so it doesn't really apply to our departure. Okay, so we'll read the second part. Back to the chart clip. Let's climb runway heading to 4,000 before starting in the right turn. NDAP 1 or 2 on assigned headed to 3,000 or maximum rated climb on assigned headed to 3,000. So it's conformed to noise abatement procedures. We're not following a SID though, we weren't given one. No, cancel air procedures. And that's it for departures. That does not, the rest does not apply. That's for arrivals. And we're most certainly not arriving anytime soon. So, reduced runway operations is a temporary thing, but I know this airport is in tip-top shape, so I need to read that. Absence of apron control, because we don't have anything here. And our aircraft must comply to one-way traffic flows shown on diagrams. The approximation is 47, 49, one kind of 36 meters or more. We're at 35 meters. Priority any movement broadcast contentions on frequency 122.075. For us, it's 122.8. Moving aircraft is the right of way for all of aircraft. Got that. Part of the apron on service because of an incident. Escort services with follow-me vehicles will be implemented in the infected areas. Doesn't apply to us. Pushbacks. We're not taking from any of these positions, so we're good. The apron exit points from the apron are associated with the departure runway assigned by ATC. Comply with one-ways. Contact ground control doesn't apply to us because we're going. Okay, that's that. Absence of control. It's sideways, so I can't really read it. Okay, so according to this, we're right here. So we follow the one way by pushing out this way and following this, the south ramp, 8 alpha, all the way down and up to the north ramp, and up and out. Okay, yeah, we can do this. And boarding is completed. Perfect. Let's close up. Cargo doors closed. Both left side entry doors closed. Reset the camera. Zoom it back out again. And prep for pushback and departure. Skip the shocks. Removed. So now we're making money.
Hello,
Taps are
Captain.
off.
We're ready for pushback. Locking gear.
Okay, next thing's next. Fuel pumps. On. Dipper. On. It's a right hand pushback.
Departure check completed.
Hydraulics.
Bypass bin
Pro
inserted.
heat on. Packs
Release sparking
off.
brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay. Engine 2. I'll start engine 2 first. I usually like to use both ignition starters. Set to ground start mode. Fuel in. Back at the panel. Okay, we have enough air. Good. Center fuel pumps. Is there any fuel in those tanks? That's a yes, because we're getting no low fuel lights. No fuel pressure lights. So that needs to be on. Anti-collision beacon on. Wing lights on. That engine started. Set ground on the next one. Fuel there. I'm getting no pressure lights. Those need to stay off.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
We have good engine start. Packs. Set to auto. Enough pressure to start the engine, so we don't need that anymore. Okay. Both engines are responding to throttle input.
Unlocking gear.
So we're good to go. As soon as they disconnect, we can get on our way. Set the flaps, 3 notches down to flaps 5. Goes 1, 2, and 5. It's degrees of flap. So the first 2 notches are just slats, the leading edge, and then the flaps take up the trailing edge, which start to extend at notch 5. Or what we call flaps 5. So it's 5 degrees above the flaps. So the slats are extended, the flaps are extended. And I'll leave the exterior camera right here. Montreal traffic, Westjet 525, taxiing for takeoff, 24 left. So because of the one-way, to get out of here, we have to go around the terminal. turn off and taxi lights on. Should have turned those on a little bit earlier, but I didn't realize. Auto brake is set to RTO. In this particular aircraft, we don't arm the spoilers for takeoff. Those are only armed for landing.
Trafic Montréal à vous 22, on tourne à finale, piste 24 gauche.
Unfortunately, I don't understand French, so I don't know what he said. Hey, back on track. I'm not a fan of the way this particular 737 model steers. Like, PMDG did great on the NGXU for P3D, but there's just a couple things that annoy me. That's one of them. Is it's kind of hard to steer. There is one of Air Canada's big maintenance hangars. There's a few static A320s parked there. We got a little RJ coming into land on T4 left. Gotta remember, I'm not flying a 737, 800, or 900. This aircraft is much lighter because it's not as long. So, engine power is a lot more than it used to. Than what I'm used to, anyway.
Montréal à Bravo 22, piste 24 gauche dégagée. 24 left cleared à Bravo 22.
Just a few percentages on the N1, which is this gauge here, and is our primary way of determining how much thrust the engines are making. Yeah, that was more than enough to get us to over 25 knots, which is what I'm trying to keep it under for taxiing, because the nose wheel is a little bit more effective with the rudder. Makes taxiing this thing a bit easier. Anyway, we're almost to the runway. So, landing lights on. Yeah, I know it's kind of bizarre. We use landing lights for takeoff, but we do. Montreal traffic, Westjet 525, on the roll, 24 left. Alright. Line it up. Come on, easy. So easy. Hey. There. There we go. Thrust is good. Thrust set. That was fast. Jesus. I forgot how fast this thing accelerates. Positive right, gear up. We're just gonna climb like a bat out of hell. "20 degrees nose up." That's really, really high. Okay, flight director and auto throttle, give me VNAV and LNAV. Can't turn yet, gotta wait until 4,000 clear. Okay, now we can start to turn. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Autopilot. On. All right. Okay, I need swim brief. Okay, we're on the Ragged 5 approach today. And I need CYZ on active sky. Okay, so the winds are 140, so looks like I can't get an accurate reading. And I won't be able to get an accurate reading until we get closer. But I'm going to assume it's going to be one of the 2 4s. So we're going to select that for now, 20 transition. And that will give us a bit of an accurate reading of how the approach is going to go. I just wanted to have that set so I can have an updated map here. Approximately 18,000 feet, so set standard. Now I have to admit it is going to get a bit boring for a little while, but thankfully this is a very short flight. We're only at cruise for maybe 20, maybe 15 minutes, so I'm going to pull up the progress page and we're going to find out. So 235 miles to go, 40 miles to top of climb, and 22:37 is our scheduled arrival time. So that puts us at about 40 minutes from now on the ground. That's wheels down. admit that was pretty fast. Time to enter Toronto Center airspace. Yep, I was right. So 125.77. Let's get to work. Toronto Center, good afternoon. Westjet 525 with you at flight level 360.
Westjet 525, Toronto Center, good afternoon. Squawk 0557.
Squawk 0557, Westjet 525. Nice bright sunny afternoon over southern Quebec and I guess mid-Ontario.
Westjet 525, you are identified. Information Oscar, plan arrival runway 05.
Information Oscar and expect runway 05 for Westjet 525, thanks. So it's runway 05. So we're going to change the arrival.
Air Canada 1502, holding short of 06, left, ready to go.
Selecting ILS 05, again.
Air Canada 1502, contact tower 118.7.
Bracket 5 for 05, 20.
118.7 for Air Canada 1502.
Transmission. Okay, cool, now it's updated. So now our arrival time is slightly further away, but that's fine. So 42, 43 minutes from this point on until wheels down.
Hello, it's Air Canada 959, flight level 380.
Air Canada 959, or Toronto Center, good afternoon. Squawk 0553.
Sorry, could you say the squawk code again?
Canada 959, heavy squawk 0553.
Right to 0553, Air Canada 959, thanks.
For those of you who didn't watch last night's stream, this is the Virtual Air Traffic Simulation Network, also known as VATSIM. Right now, I'm under the control of a likely
Air
not
Canada
a
959, heavy,
controller,
you are identified.
but,
On arrival runway 061.
is someone who's
Right,
trained
06
to meet
left
some
for Canada,
standards as an actual Toronto Center controller. And there are other people like me that are flying on the same network as well. And it's a lot of fun if you actually enjoy this. And it's not just, and it's a lot of teens and actually some younger kids too, like as young as 12 and 10 I've heard on this network. And there's a bunch of different skill levels, and it is kind of cringeworthy when you hear someone on the radio who knows nothing about vertical operations. It can get kind of, it can annoy you sometimes, but you get used to it after a while.
And Center Canada 959.
80 miles from top of descent, so we're going to start the
Air Canada
first briefing.
959, go ahead.
I just want to thank you very much for all your help yesterday, by the way.
My pleasure.
So we're going to plan for flaps 30 instead of flaps 40. I prefer it. Actually, no, flaps 40 today. We're going to go with flaps 40 today. The ILS, we'll be doing a Category 1 precision approach using the ILS. Category 1 means hand flown. It's not an auto land. We'll be using auto brake setting 2 is for the initial. If I need to brake harder, I will use manual braking. Height of Toronto is what is the airport elevation? Pretty sure it's about 300 feet. So decision height will be 500 feet. That will be the point where we it's either a go around or a commit. So the surface winds are 140 at 8 knots. So it's looking at the compass. It's okay. So it's pretty much a straight left crosswind. So that's going to be quite an interesting approach to make. Temperature is 8 degrees. Dew point of 1. Altimeter 299er. Got the maximum enemy, of course. And that covers just about everything. Oh yeah, and I will be the pilot flying. Approach briefing complete.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 1502 here at 5,000 with you.
Air Canada 1502 Toronto Center, good afternoon. Once again, turn right, direct code all on course, climb flight level 350.
350, direct to code all for Air Canada 1502.
Contact Center, American 5, with your flight level 310.
American 5, Toronto Center, good afternoon. Squawk 0500.
0500, American 5.
Toronto Center, Canada 421 is checking in on flight over 320.
Air Canada 421, Toronto Center, good afternoon. Squawk 537.
0537 for Canada 421.
Air Canada 421, you are identified. Information, Oscar, plan arrival, runway 06 left.
Okay, Oscar and 06 left for Canada 421.
Roger. American 5, you are identified. Welcome aboard.
40 miles to top of
American
descent,
5,
and
thank
that's when things get interesting again. Might take a bit more time to get through though.
Toronto Center, good evening. American 0621, thank you. American 7621, Toronto Center, good afternoon. Plan arrival, runway 06 left, and confirm you're descending flight level 340. Toronto Center, American 7621, American 7621, say again. Toronto Center, American 7621, with you. American 7621, radio check.
Toronto Center, Westjet 419, we're at Gate 20 in Ottawa, looking to pick up IFR to San Jose, yes, Father.
Westjet 419, Toronto Center, good afternoon. You're cleared to the San Jose Airport via the Ottawa 4 departure, flight plan route, runway 32, squawk 0562.
Okay, Westjet 419 is cleared to San Jose by the Ottawa 4 departure off of runway 32, flight plan route, squawk 0562.
Westjet 419, read bank correct. Push shutter discretion, call me for taxi.
Okay, we'll call you for taxi, thanks, Westjet 419.
Air Canada 959er heavy information, Oscar, altimeter 299er, when ready to send 12,000.
Alright, we got the information there, and descent to 12,000 for Air Canada 959.
American 7621, radio check. Westjet 525, information, Oscar, altimeter 299er, when ready to send 13,000.
Instead of maintaining 13,000 when ready. Westjet 525. Alright.
Toronto Center, Westjet 175 is passing 1,000.
Westjet 175, Toronto Center, good afternoon. You are identified, climb 7,000.
That's 7,000, Westjet 175. Roger, send your American 7621.
American 7621, Toronto Center, radio check.
American 7621, 515.
American 7621, Roger, squawk 0526.
0526, in the box. American 7621.
Westjet 175, turn left, direct Ketsy on course, climb flight level 360.
Very left, direct Kempsey on course up to 360 Westjet 175.
American 7621, you are identified. Information is Oscar. Plan arrival runway 06 left. Descend 12,000. Altimeter 29er and 9er.
Roger, American 7621 will descend 12,000 with the altimeter on the 9er.
American 7621, go ahead.
American 7621, just so you know, we're having a couple of autopilots. Issues here, what altitude you shall us at?
American 7621, I see you at 34,300.
Roger, American 7621, stay firm.
Westjet 175 center.
Westjet 175, go ahead.
Westjet 175, you're showing heading to the south off course. Turn right direct AVSEB on course.
Yeah, I'm having a little issue here right now. I'll be turning to that's okay, Westjet 175.
Roger. American 2721, you are too high for the approach. Turn left, heading 270.
Was that 47631?
It was quite a bumpy ride.
Westjet 175, climb flight level 220 for now.
Flight level 220, Westjet 175.
Roger. American 7621, turn left, heading 180.
Left 180, American 7631.
Toronto Center, Westjet 419, ready for taxi runway 32 at Ottawa.
Westjet 419, altimeter 3002, runway 32, taxi via Echo, cross runway 07, hold short runway 32.
Okay, runway 32 via Echo, clear to cross runway 07, altimeter 3002, Westjet 419, thanks.
Toronto Center, Canada 421, we are ready for descent.
Air Canada 421, information now Papa, altimeter 30, step up for the altimeter, descent 12000, one ready.
12000 with information, Papa, Canada 421.
Air Canada 421, the altimeter 3001.
3001 altimeter, Canada 421, thanks.
Toronto Center, Canada Air 2234, ready for descent.
Air Canada Air 2234, you're leaving airspace to the east. Montreal Center is offline. Radar service is terminated and frequency change approved. Yep.
Frequency change approved. Thank you for the ATC. Canada Air 2234.
Westjet 175, climb flight level 360.
Climbing 360, Westjet
175. Westjet 525, descend 12000.
Instead of maintaining 1-2000. Westjet 525.
Air Canada 959er heavy contact arrivals on 132.8. Bye-bye.
132.8. Thanks for on the flight. See catch you later, Air Canada 959.
Westjet 175, confirm you are proceeding direct Nagup on course.
Roger, direct Nagup for Westjet.
Roger.
Okay, descending below 18,000 feet, so update the altimeter 3002. It's been some consistent little turbulence, but it should be okay. Yeah, master caution light. What's that for? I think that's okay. There's a very, very slight fuel imbalance, but it should be. It's only about what, 30 kilos. So it's not a huge deal. Ugh. Sitting through 16.8.
Toronto Center, Westjet 419, ready to go runway 2 at Ottawa.
Westjet 419, call me when airborne. Wind 320 at 7, cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Copy that. Winds will call you airborne, clear takeoff 32, Westjet 419.
Westjet 525, contact Toronto arrivals on 132.8.
Toronto arrival on 132.8. Have a good one, Westjet 525.
Bye.
Toronto arrival, good evening. Westjet 525, descending through 15,000 for 12,000. Expecting runway 05.
Westjet 525, Toronto arrival, good evening. Runway 5, altimeters 30018, this is Papa, descend 8,000.
Runway 05, ATIS Papa, descend and maintain 8,000. Westjet 525.
Toronto.
Toronto Center, American 4982, quadrant way, flying through flight level 30.
American 4982, heavy, Toronto Center, radar identified, climb is 7,000.
Just tune in the navigation radios for
Papa
the
maintain
ILS.
7,000 for American 4982.
Noticing a drop in the frame rate as we descend to the start hitting. It's a No, it's just glare. Looked like there was clouds, but you know, there's not. And there's the city of Toronto. There's Toronto Island and the Greater Toronto Area, and can't really see it right now because of the clouds in the way. But out over there is where Lake Simcoe is. We're gonna be a bit further to the north. It's a bit hazy. I think it's a bit further to the north. You can't really see it from here.
American 2277, present heading to intercept cleared ILS 6 left, descend to 3000 for the glide path.
But about somewhere over here.
American 4982 cleared, right turn direct mobile, on course.
Or is it a bit further back?
Sorry, mobile.
It's hard to see.
For American 492.
That looks like
American 492, roger. You'll be level at 7,000 for about 5 miles for traffic.
Step. Below traffic for Speedbird 19. American 492.
Air Canada 959, descend 3000.
3000, Air Canada 959 heavy.
American 4982, information traffic, 12 o'clock position, 3 miles southwest bound, 737 descending 8000.
That's us.
737 descending 8000.
American 4982, descend to 7000 immediately.
Descend to 7000 immediately for American 4982.
Westjet 525, information traffic, 12 o'clock position, mile and a half southeast bound, 787, he is back down to 7000, no issue now.
Yeah, we got him in sight. 525.
American 2277, Toronto Tower now, 187, good day.
Toronto Terminal Air Canada 4291 heavy with you. We just took off on runway 5, climbing through 2,800 for 5,000.
Got a 4291 heavy Toronto, good day, climb 7000, radar identified.
Climbing to 7,000 for Air Canada 4291 heavy.
American 4982, climb flight level 230.
On flight level 230 for American 4982.
To be below the 10,000. We're almost there.
Air Canada 4291 heavy, turn left, direct Kedzie on course.
Turning left, direct Kedzie on course
Okay.
for Air Canada 4291 heavy.
Fixed landing lights on. Turn
Cat
off
4291, I'll need to level you at about 7,000 here for about 5 miles higher once you're by the traffic.
Roger, we'll hang at 7,000 until further notice for Air Canada 4291 heavy.
Ship 525, information traffic, 11 o'clock position, 4 miles northbound, 767, restricted at 7,000.
Roger, we got him inside at 3.5 miles. Westjet 525.
Air Canada 4291, information traffic for you, 3 o'clock position, westbound, 737, restricted at 8,000.
Okay, we'll be on the lookout on our turn, left turn here for Air Canada 4291 heavy.
Toronto airspace is surprisingly busy. Although, you know what? Everything's kind of busy right now because of the whole demonetization virus. Okay, so Toronto Pearson, we're going to be at the B gates. We're going to be at gate
American 4982, over to the center now, 12577, we'll see you.
125.77. Thank you for your update.
Air Canada 4291, thanks for your help. Climb flight level 230.
Climbing to flight level 230 for Air Canada 4291 heavy.
I would love to reset the MCP altitude FMC, but I can't because I don't have clearance.
Shed 525, descend 4,000.
Set and maintain 4,000, Westjet 525. go. So there is Toronto Pearson International. There's the runway 15 right, and then one on the left is 15 left / 33 right. There's a cloud on the way, so I can't see anything right now. Yeah, it's this one, the CYUL.
Canada 959, turn right heading 330.
Left turn 330, or correction, right turn 330, Air Canada 959.
Approach, good evening, Air Canada 421 is 13.5 for 12 information, Papa.
Canada 421, Toronto, arrival, good evening. Edis Papa landing 6 left, descend 8,000.
Papa, I left, descending 6,000 at Canada 421.
Canada 421, altitude 8,000.
I'm sorry, altitude 8,000 for Canada 421.
Air Canada 959, rate 030, join localizer 6 left.
030 to join the localizer 6 left, Air Canada 959.
Air Canada 4291, heavy, contact Toronto Center now 12577, good night.
Over to Toronto Center 125.77. Thanks for the service, Air Canada 4291 Heavy.
No problem, take care. Canada 959, 6 miles from Vepna, leave 3 on the glide path, clear the islands, approach runway 6 left.
Right, 6 miles, we'll be leaving 3 on the glide path, clear that approach at 606 left, Air Canada 959.
Westjet 525, turn left 150.
Turn left heading 150, Westjet 525.
Canada 959, number 1 for the field, speed to your discretion, tower 187, I'll see you.
Right, speed to discretion, number 1 for the field, Air Canada 959, now over to tower as well, thanks for wonderful ATC, catch you later.
Cheers.
Might get a bit of drag. Okay, so it's picked up the localizer, but it has not picked up the ILS yet. Because we have our horizontal diamond, we don't have our vertical diamond yet. So hopefully that'll come in.
Westjet 525, turn left heading 090, turn localizer 05.
Turn left heading 090 for the localizer, runway 05, Westjet 525.
Canada 421, descend 3,000.
Okay.
Descending 3,000, Canada's 421.
421.
Westjet 525, you're 7 miles from Kerpu, leave 4 on the glide path, clear the ILS, approach 05.
Clear for the ILS runway 05, Westjet 525. Okay, we've captured the localizer, waiting for the ILS to come in. As soon as we cross Dolpa, we can start slowing down and configuring the aircraft. Spoilers armed. All landing lights on. Good, good. There's the radio altimeter kicking in, or radar altimeter. Personal preference. So right now we
Westjet 525, you're number 1 for 05, with speeds your discretion. Go over to Toronto Town now, 118.7. Good day.
118.7, number 1. Thank you very much, Westjet 525. Toronto Tower, good evening. Westjet 525 with you on the number 1 on the ILS, runway 05, 10 miles.
Westjet 525 Tower, good evening. The winds are 160 at 9, gusting 16. Clear to land, runway 05.
Clear to land, runway 05. Thank you very much, Westjet 525. Alright, we've got landing clearance. Let's start adding flaps. Flaps 5. Should be intercepting the glide slope at about 5 miles to final, or Kerpu. Speed's coming off.
Air Canada 959 Heavy, welcome to Toronto. Exit left when able and report clear. Right tower, exit left able and report clear. Air Canada 959 Heavy.
Frame rates are lower than I want. They're 15. It's not good. We'll make do though. Okay, we've captured the glide slope. Update this to the reference speed of 123. Next notch, flaps 15. Gear down. Three green. Down and locked. Confirm.
Tower Canada 959 Heavy, clear at Charlie 3. Canada 959 Heavy, roger, thank you. You taxi to Terminal 1 via Charlie Alpha and Alpha Mike. Can be at your discretion. Have a good night.
How about disconnect and flying the rest of the way. Let's go.
Charlie Alpha and Alpha Mike. Charlie Alpha, Alpha Mike, into the ramp there, Canada 959. Thanks for running
Flaps 40.
later.
Set. Whoa, the wind's really swung. Now they're coming as a 9-knot tail crosswind. This is going to be fun. Makes me glad I have a nice slow approach speed. Nice and stable. Approach stable. 400 feet to the decision height. Still a little low. Get the nose up. There we go. Okay, it's coming back in. Drop the nose, get the descent right back. Don't want to get too high too fast. There we go. Nice and stable.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Okay, we're good. Auto throttle disconnect. We're in complete manual control.
50, 30, 20,
Not too much flare. Easy.
10.
Nice and smooth. Let's go. Reverse thrust. Disengage below 60 knots. Disengage the outer brake. Disarm. Set off. And ride the brakes to the high speed turnoff point.
Westjet 525, welcome to Toronto. Exit right when able and report clear.
Exit right when able and report clear. Westjet 525. Alright, welcome to Toronto. Alright, APU. Start. Retractable landing lights off. Leave the fixed ones on till we're clear. Toronto Tower, Westjet 525, we're clearly active.
Westjet 525, roger, thank you. Do you have any preference on gate?
Bravo 10, please, Terminal 3.
Are you taxi to Bravo 10 via Hotel Bravo and Alpha Tango, cross runway 15 left. The port is at your discretion. Have a good night.
Okay, taxi via Hotel Bravo, cross runway 15 left, and then Alpha Tango to the gate. Westjet 525.
Toronto Tower, Canada's 420 and it's checking in on the ILS 6 left.
Canada 421 Tower, good evening.
Okay.
The winds are 160 at 9, gusting 16. Clear to land, runway 06 left.
Okay, 6 left, you're clear on land at Canada 421.
Fixed landing lights off. We'll leave the other ones on for now. Okay, so we take the next left. Actually, this Alpha Golf Alpha Tango is a little ways down. That's Alpha Golf. Well, they're still up. They should be down. There we go. Okay, I believe this is our turn. Yes. So there's Alpha Tango. And as soon as we enter the concrete, we are off of the ramp. And that puts us in uncontrolled area. And here's our gate. Actually, that's
Air
not
Canada
our gate.
421, welcome to Toronto. Exit left when able and report clear.
Over there.
Okay, we'll turn left onto Charlie 3 at Canada 421.
Air Canada 421, Roger, thank you. Do you have any preference on gate?
Confusing with the actual marshaller for the GSX.
Stand by 1 second there, Canada 421.
And the low frame rate is not helping. It's probably because I'm streaming, and Toronto is...
Canada 421, we're parking gate number 120 today.
Alright, you can taxi there via Charlie Alpha and Alpha Kilo to gate 120 at your discretion. Have a good night.
Just say again, please, for Canada 421.
Air Canada 421, taxi via Charlie Alpha and Alpha Kilo. The airport is at your discretion. Have a good night.
Okay, Charlie Alpha Alpha Kilo for Canada 421. Thanks for your help. Stay healthy.
Thank you, too.
Here we go. Stop turning. Line up. Nice and straight. That's what we're aiming for. Line it up. Line it up. Too far, too far, too far. Easy. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Slow down. Overshot just a little bit because of the frame rate. Brake set. APU on the bus. Fuel cutoff switches cut off. And that is it. Welcome to Toronto. Right. Let's go for deboarding. And it locks the connection to so I have to animate the jetways manually. That's fine. There we go. Alright, well, I want to thank everyone that actually came to watch this. It never made it to the Facebook page in time, so almost no one did, but I still had fun. That's all that matters. I hope you guys who did end up watching it enjoyed it. Have a good night.